BJ, good morning.
Good morning, Brother Sage.
Yeah, you beat the crowd. You got here first.
Thank you for sending the Zoom link.
Oh, my pleasure. You see this green thing behind me?
Sorry?
You see this green sheet behind me? Behind me, there's a green sheet. A green sheet.
No, yeah.
Behind me
yes.
Behind me is a green sheet. It's used in broadcasting to create a virtual background if you have the technology. But right now it blocks everything in the room except for me and the green.
Well, Mother Nature is shining.
Oh, she's
so
gorgeous.
All one.
Wonderful. I just got off the phone with Doc Mike. He hasn't figured out how to get on these calls yet, so we're just going to mention him and that'll work.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Did you bring your water?
No.
No.
Okay, well, last time you did a visualized version of it. You just said, I'm going to imagine me holding my water and I'll toast with you guys.
Some mugs.
As long as we get the gist, that works just fine. So, VJ, did you hear my books being translated in German, French, and Spanish?
Yeah, Indra was telling me French, Spanish, and
German.
what?
German.
German. I think
Yeah,
Germans are already doing that.
Yeah, they have, and they have the largest representatives, the largest population of people drinking pee that was known about at the World Urine Convention in 1994 that took place in India.
Yeah.
And then they had another one,
Germans
I believe. Then they had one in Germany and eventually made to the United States in 2012, I think.
Well, Germans are way ahead of the time.
They've always been ahead of their time, and now we're all ahead of our time. Hi, Indira.
Hi there. I'm going to put some light kind of shining on us. And then let's see what it does.
Okay. Now, when you buy special lighting for your phone or your iPad, you set it right behind it so the light shines on your forehead and you have even lighting. The whole idea is so that your face doesn't have shadows.
You see, you have to hear that, Vijay.
Because right now you're in the dark. We can see a shadow of you, your former self.
You can see the expression in the...
You're just a shadow of your former self. Hi, Matt. Welcome to the call. You're connecting your audio and your visual and your video. You can do this, Matt. We are actually 5 minutes ahead of everybody. So we're just setting things up, getting the room ready, getting our bodies ready, getting our minds ready, drinking our Shivambu or whatever we brought. Sorry, no wine this morning. We're not going to do wine or any strong beverages. This is just a simple get together this morning.
No wine or vermouth.
Did you get your light together, Indira?
Well, I put it on. Does it help?
Well, you're a lot shinier than you were 5 minutes ago, so that helps.
Okay. What I'm going to do is move this to connect it to over here, because all the plugs are taken up, you know. Yeah.
Hi, Eli.
Put that.
What's up,
Welcome
Brother
back.
Sage? How are you?
I'm great. Did you bring you know what?
You know, we always got that on hand.
I know. And wherever you go, get in the habit of bringing the pee cup in your hip pack and in your car.
I'll tell you what, I was in the airport with one of my buddies, and he was like, yo, like, I got to go to the bathroom. And, you know, when you go through security, they don't allow for you to carry anything through. And he was like, let's go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom. He started peeing in the stall and he just put it in his hands and just started snorting it. He's like, I got to do it. I'm like, let's go. Let's get it done.
Yeah, exactly. Now, once you get on the plane, you can say, can I have an empty cup?
There you go.
And you head out to the bathroom and take care of everything. You can actually take a shower, full bath in the airplane bathroom. They never know.
Yeah, you leave a good scent for everyone, you know?
Harry, welcome to the call.
What Elijah just mentioned, there was an earthquake in Japan many years ago. And under the rubble, there was a woman who knew how to do it. She exactly did this, collecting in her palm and just drinking it. She survived for like 8 days without food and water.
Yeah.
Found her later on. But anyway.
Well, these are all inspiring for people to say, well, I got caught unprepared. I'm out in the public and I didn't want to waste my precious water. Here's your cup, dude. Get with the program. This is your cup.
Or like this.
Or like that.
Yeah. This is even better.
That is, and you can collect more.
Yes.
Tucci, welcome to the call. Sarah, welcome to the call. Oh, Christopher, welcome to the call.
I think this is going to be a big one. There's going to be a lot of people, my prediction, more than we ever had. We'll see.
Well, Jerome may make it to the call. Any word on Airbender?
Not yet.
I'll
He
call
said
him.
he's gonna do his best to come and join, but
Ask him to bilocate. We'll get him either way. I love the Faraday hat, Harry.
Nice. Thanks, man. Yeah, powerful. Powerful shit.
I made my way to the website, just haven't got one yet.
Nice one.
Matt, good job on the video audio. Hey, I like your prayer flags.
Yeah. Hey guys, good to be here.
Yay. Dude, Matt, you should talk about the if you get the chance, talk about the nebulizers, the HDO nebulizers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll.
Fever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks.
We're going to talk about nebulizers.
Wait, there we go.
And you guys are going to discover the respirator.
Ooh.
This respirator is really cool. Lee is in the house. Hey, sister, welcome to the call.
Hey, man.
If you guys haven't caught on to this yet, it's called a respirator, and it holds about a ½ an ounce of shibambu. This is the same kind of motor from a fish tank or a nebulizer, and this will diffuse the particles that you can either use in your nose, in your mouth, exfoliation on your skin. You know, you can imagine all kinds of cool stuff with this guy.
Where did you get it?
I got it free at a garage sale. The girl says, I don't know what to do with it. I said, don't ask me twice. I am there. You can pick this up at like Walgreens, not Walgreens, but Walmart or King Supers for like 30 bucks, 50 bucks. It's called a respirator. The company is Philips. You got that, guys?
Thank you.
Or if you got a double A battery, this is a handheld sprayer mister.
Wow. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Now,
He's
Dude,
got all
Brother
the
Sage,
choice.
Brother Sage is the man.
He's like on it on everything.
guys, when you're really into this urine therapy lifestyle, devices pop into your brain everywhere you go. Oh my God, I can use that. That's what's going to happen. How do you turn this thing off? All right. Who else? Rico from Netherlands. Welcome, brother. Where are you? I don't see you. Rico's in the house. Rico's in the house. Okay, you guys want to get started?
Yes.
All right, Rico, this is not your fitness class. Sit still. All right, so we're gonna go over our basic beginning that we do all the time, and then everybody gets a chance to have like a 3-minute presentation of who you are, so we can get a feel for everybody here. There may be some new people joining us in a little bit, and of course, we wouldn't miss an opportunity to have our communion. So make sure you brought your holy water with you. If not, just drop it underneath the desk and collect some right now. We won't tell anybody. You can tell we're serious pee drinkers. We give it our all.
What do you have, Brother Sage? Is that aged or is that fresh?
This is 24 hours. It's maturing.
Maturing, yes.
I like the term evolved, by the way. I don't know who said that to me recently. Someone said evolved. I really like that word, evolved urine. It's a good one. Oh, was it you, Restate? Okay, maybe.
It's in the book, Harry.
Oh, there we go. Okay, let's start using terms like that. I like that word a lot. Evolved urine.
Because the term, just like our consciousness, is a reminder that it's a constant evolution, regeneration, potentizing. The urine never gets less than potent. It just keeps increasing.
Exactly. Gerald's in the house. Gerald Guevara. Jesus Christ, man. Yo, bro.
Hello. Been busy.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Breatharian part 100, man. We're on like a very special one.
We're on part 16.
Part 16. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't see Gerald. How do we get him on the screen?
You gotta
Pin me?
oh, you gotta click the arrows. The blue arrows will increase your.
Oh,
Depends on what screen, what view you're using.
I'm on a phone.
I don't know, but I don't want to get too carried away here. Minimize, minimum, live stream, option, raise hand, disconnect.
Yeah,
live stream.
phone, you have to swipe left in order to see everybody. There's quite a few people on the call.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
It's going to be a big one. Look what's happened here. Biggest party. He's just going to keep growing now.
Son Oren is in the house.
Yeah. Jesus.
Gerald, hi Gerald.
Good to see you, brother.
Blessings. It's been a few years. We met up in Las Vegas at Water of Life.
Mm-hmm.
And what was so beautiful is that these people became real. We were all like internet buddies, and all of a sudden you get off the screen, you meet people in person, and you have a little shift going on and going, my God, Gerald's real.
That's right. We are real.
Susie, welcome to the call. Darlene, welcome to the call.
You.
Logan, we're going to get to that in just a minute. First of all, take a couple deep breaths. Let's just all get here. So we're going to ask people a little bit of etiquette on their calls here. One is when you got something to say, we're going to ask you to raise your hand and get recognized, because we noticed on the first, this is number 7, by the way. Hold on, Indira. People were talking over each other. We want to give everybody a fair chance to say whatever they need to say and try to keep it limited. If you can help from going off topic, please stay on topic. I know people get carried away with personal stories. Let's try to keep it on topic. If you can, no eating in front of the screen. If you have to eat, move your face or turn off the camera. Harry and some of you people, we're sitting on the edge of our seat for every word, so take it slowly. We want to hear all the words.
It ruins my flow, but I'll give it a go. There we go.
All right. So it's an honor once again to share the screen. This is our World Urine Therapy Zoom question and answer conference call number 7. We started this back in December. You guys hearing a feedback loop?
Brother Sage, I've got an idea. Let's mute. Can you mute everyone? You have the power to mute everyone. Do you not think that's wise? Mute them.
Ooh.
Mute us all. Yeah. Mute us all.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Disconnect participants. All right. This is too technological for me. I'm going to keep talking. Let's make it work.
Okay, everyone just mute yourselves. You can manually do this. We can all mute ourselves manually somehow.
So the reason I put this together is because we're in a freaking movement. This is not just a hobby. We're not an organization. We are people who have heard the call. You wouldn't be here if you didn't get this inner voice that says, time to drink my water. However you got that call, guys, you're in it and you're not going anywhere. So I'm grateful to share the stage with you. I'm glad you brought your voices, your wisdom, your discoveries to the call today. This call is designed to go out into the world and make a ripple from country to country. Where these live streams are going, we have no idea. But the fact we've been building momentum for the last 4 months. Look, we got Leah on the call. I mean, something good's going on here. So let's just jump into it. We've got about an hour or so here. We want everybody to take about 3 minutes. Give us a little rundown of why you're involved with the Water of Life with urine therapy, what kind of advice you'd want to give, and just a quick rundown of you on your journey. BJ, you want to go first? Are you there?
You all are doing great. I have no advice to give you.
Thank you, BJ. Eli, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Elijah. I'm 24 years old. I live in Jersey City, New Jersey. Shout out Jersey City, baby. And yeah, I had my first sip of urine 7 months ago. Prior to that, I was a 4-year-old boy, and I chose to be diagnosed with diabetes at 4 years old. It's something that ran in my family. My mom had it, her father had it, his father had it. And I had a phone call with my mom one day, and I said, Mom, you know, when is this ever going to stop? And she said, it can't stop. You know, it's genetics. And I said, it's ran in the family, Mom, for too long. And I said, it ran into me now, and it's time for it to stop. And ever since I took my first sip, I slowly but surely started taking less and less insulin. My first sip got me off a porn addiction that I had for 3 years. And more than anything, I think this is the most important thing, because the porn addiction, the diabetes, all this is just small techniques. None of that's the real goal. But more than anything, it's increased the awareness. It's woken up the consciousness, and I'm seeing things today that I never thought that I could see or experience that's beyond my imagination. And just this morning, I was with 10 people that I held, and we went and jumped in 5-degree water, and we swam out there for 5 to 10 minutes. And before doing that, took a sip of the urine, had nice slow breath, and it was a very psychedelic experience. And it's all natural, it's free. And I'm going to continue practicing this, because every single drink just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm excited for the direction that my life is now today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Let's do a communion before I forget. By the way, thank you for your courage to publicly admit the addiction. And this is to me, and we have a baby. To me, this is opening the doorway for people with every addiction. So whether it's pornography or drugs or whatever it is, sex, it's an opportunity to bring that out in the open. And we're not going to be shy about helping people heal all addictions. So thank you, Eli. So grab your water, guys. I know there's a whole nother screen here. Let's see who else is on the screen. Oh my goodness. Look at these beautiful people. Okay, I'm going to read a quick passage from the Manual for Urine Therapy Teachers and Therapists. And this will turn into a blessings and a communion here. So grab your water. Somebody do a screenshot. Look at these guys. They're awesome. All right, may this water may our call attract an abundance of inspired urine therapy enthusiasts who are ready to become urine therapy teachers, therapists, or educators. May all readers or all viewers learn the true meaning and value of auto urine therapy holds for them in their lives. We will learn how to master urine therapy, how to share it freely, how to guide students in their progress along their personal journey. May your water of personal aliveness be a constant source of wisdom, regeneration, inspiration, consciousness evolution, and well-being. Here's to your health. All right, love to hear from Harry. Tell us a little bit about you in 3 minutes and what you're doing with urine therapy.
Okay, everyone's seen me before. Hi guys, everyone, welcome. All the new people that come under me, everyone, wherever, just welcome everyone. I love you. By the way, Eli, that was amazing and raw. I really felt that. So yeah, my name's Harry. I've been in urine therapy in 2016. Urine therapy was my path into holistic health, and I'm eternally grateful for this medicine. I really am. Fresh urine, and then I didn't even know about the power of the aged urine, and it's just transformational, guys. Even with the fresh urine, and this is the one that I'll always focus on. It's always got a place in my heart. Not only just start it for me, it's the most powerful, it's the most healing. It's the reason what motivated me to help other people to write the books about it. We all know that people just don't have a lot of money to spend on health these days, but it don't cost money to. There's a lot of therapies out there. There's fasting, there's sunshine, there's grounding, there's all kinds of shit. But one of them, the best ones, is the urine therapy, because that's you. It's your ultimate blood power. So it's absolutely amazing. I also want to share that I'm working on my next book, the Aged Urine Trilogy. So I'm going to get that done because I think that's really important. We've just got to keep pushing the urine therapy on people. And I want Matt to talk today about aged urine nebulizers, because I believe that's one of the most powerful ways to get aged urine in. And maybe Matt will discuss, I've had a fever from doing aged urine. Anyone that tries it, it's hardcore. It's fever therapy, as me and Matt call it. So give that one a go. We want to promote that, put that in the next book. Yeah, it's just transformational. I'll never get bored of talking about it. I don't think we ever should, because there's always people that are going to be needing to be unbrainwashed from this process, because we all started somehow being brainwashed with the idea that it's waste. So we've got a huge mission on our hands, and I'm sure that we can handle this, because everyone here is brave, by the way. So well done for turning up and speaking your truth, because this is going to go on YouTube and stuff. So well done. And yeah, that's all I've got to say for keep it quick.
And you will be reminded to do this once in a while during our call, guys. Before I forget, when I put this all together and upload it on YouTube, be sure to send me your website address, Facebook address, any link, Instagram, whatever it is you want in the description. And let's take it over to Tucci. You're up.
Hi, everyone. This is Tuğçe. I'm originally from Turkey, but I live in New York for the last 10 years. I started my health journey around 6 years ago. I changed my diet to raw veganism, and I started healing myself, but then real healing came when I started doing urine therapy about 4 years ago. I was just drinking 1 cup a day, and the first month I healed something that I was dealing with for 15 years. And then over time, doing more and more urine fasts, I healed a bunch of physical ailments. And every passing year, I get more and more benefits now. Now the benefits are more spiritual and emotional. And today I'm so grateful for my own water, because it's helping me to walk the path of becoming a breatharian. I'm eating less and less. I'm just on liquids most of the time, and I'm consuming such few calories, yet I have so much energy to exercise and get my day going. So yeah, I think urine therapy is like the best bridge to breatharianism, becoming free of any addiction, any medicine or food. At the time, it helped me to quit my cooked food addiction. So yeah, I'm really grateful for it in every sense. It's making me feel at home in my heart all the time, in my body, in my soul. It's my happiness hormone every morning, happiness pill. I never pass a day without drinking it first thing in the morning. And aged urine is also super powerful. I use it in every way. In terms of like enemas, rubbing on my skin, drops in my ears, eyes, in every way. So yeah, I'm really grateful for having found this therapy, and I love sharing it. I do Instagram lives with people who are practicing on Instagram. So yeah, I'm grateful to be here with you all today as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Touche. Now, everybody, keep in mind that there's going to be people who may want to be looking for you. So there's going to be people in your country or in your area that are looking for either someone they can reach out to and share their challenges with their health, or find the safety of a community like we have, because it's wonderful when people can go, oh my God, there's someone else who drinks pee. I can share my story with you. Let's hand it over to Matt. I'll get to you in a minute, Christopher. Matt, let's hear from you.
Hey, everybody. So I'm in Washington Heights, Manhattan. I grew up in Southern California, and I've been drinking my pee for a year. And yeah, addictions. Addictions to spending money on my health. Useless supplements that just come out of my pee. And not, being outwardly focused. What can I, get from outside myself for my health and well-being? And this kind of shattered that addiction and paradigm. I'm still interested in buying certain things, but I'm coming from a totally different space. From I have to work with myself first, basically. So I feel like it's given me so much more confidence in myself and understanding of how I'm made up, how I function in terms of water, how important water is to my body composition and my mental and spiritual health. And that's one of the hobbies regarding urine therapy is water investigation. And Harry and I have been talking about that on his YouTube channel a lot. So one last thing I want to bring up in my moment here is I've been nebulizing aged urine in very small amounts in a nebulizer, or just, take a humidifier and just stick your face in it. I'm sure that would work. It gives me kind of a flushing feeling, like I've gotten a little bit of a cold or a flu. Yeah, right. That'll work just fine. With enough aged, it'll kind of put you on your butt a little bit, or make you slow down a little bit. So fever therapy is a thing. It's just been suppressed and underused. Some good cross references here would be mistletoe fever therapy, which has been used for cancer even. Coley's toxins. Those two are probably the most famous fever therapy techniques. But basically, to me, a fever is a detox reaction. And that is a flushing of psycho, spiritual, and chemical everything. And so it can be quite, enjoyable. I recommend it.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Matt, we got to move along here. Christopher, can you give us a couple, 2-3 minutes and tell us your involvement with urine therapy?
Yeah, I'm in Boulder, Colorado, about a mile away from Sage. I've been involved with urine therapy for 30 years. Why? Well, it's free healthcare, and the world needs it. We need it. The world needs it. I drinking, a cup of my urine it's like urine is my friend. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it.
All right.
I designed the website, shivambu.org, and set up the Shivambu Hut, the Mighty Networks. If you guys don't know about that, that's a great kind of enclosed group. What do we have, like 200 members?
We've got 175 members.
Yeah. One thing that I'm working on now is I want to develop memes to support the message. And Sage, can you allow me to share my screen for just a minute?
Am I supposed to touch something here, or can you just handle it?
Let's see can I just do that?
It needs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
Oh,
Nice one.
okay. Nice.
All right. So here I just want to go to, like, this is a meme that I'm working on. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is the idea. So what I like to put out to you all is, if you have any ideas for memes, to send them to me. I'll put my email in the chat. Just the phrase, or if you have some image ideas. But anyway, I'd like to be putting these together and donating them to the cause, posting them on Facebook, putting, whoever wants them and wants to use them. I think the value of memes is that they say a lot, and they can be shared really easily. So a good meme can, kind of go viral and reach a lot of people at a lot of different levels. So that's it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Christopher. Possibly you could have all the memes in a central location, like at the hut, so that we don't have to scatter them around for people to find. If we can have a centralized place, that would be great. Darlene, love to know who you are and tell us a little about your journey with urine therapy.
Hi, I'm Darlene. I'm from the East Coast of Canada. And my journey into health started about 15 years ago with my daughter's illness. She was borderline autistic. And in helping her get better, and then helping my whole family get better, and my health improved, I became a naturopath and nutritionist, and So now I'm using urine therapy as a ways to help my clients heal from their ailments. Because here in Canada, we have free healthcare, but the free healthcare that's being given out is, makes everybody sicker, as you guys all know. And, so there's a lot of really sick people. And so natural healthcare is mostly preventative. And I love urine therapy because it can restore what's been damaged, what's been broken down. If people are willing to do the work, they can restore their health with the urine therapy. And so right now I'm working on my doctorate and PhD, and I'm using urine therapy as my thesis topic. So I really think that information needs to be out there for people in a clinical setting, so they can say, no, it's not just some crazies, speaking crazy about the urine therapy, that it actually has healing effects. And so I'll be doing a very small study, but this small study will give a jumping ground for people with more funding to be able to do larger studies so that it can be seen as a healing way to heal in the world.
That's great, Darlene. It's good to hear that you're doing that people are doing studies. And what university is that?
Quantum University in Hawaii.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, because there was no local universities around here that did holistic health. So I've been kind of going in circles with my education because I couldn't leave this section, but my kids are almost grown now, so I can, once I get my doctorate, I'll be able to leave and be able to spread my message and help people heal. So if anybody, wants to get a hold of me through, Zoom or, YouTube, I can help people around the world, not just in my area, get off the medications, get off the, you know what I mean? I love helping people get off of their meds because it's just making them sicker and sicker. And it's just depressing how much illness there is in the world. And we have all the tools at our hands, our fingertips.
Could you keep me in the loop regarding what your thesis and the parameters of that? I put my email in the chat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'd be great. Is there a publication that you're thinking about, publishing?
So yeah, once I'm done it, I will, it will be enough information to be a book. So I can, and that will be my second book. I did already write a book on the integration of ayahuasca and how spiritually to integrate that into your health and stuff like that. So I have one book under my belt, and so this will be my second one.
Darlene, we're going to jump over to Indira, but just a second. Make sure you send me your link and description, because part of the intention of these Zoom calls is networking. So if you guys want to do some collaborating with each other, there's an opportunity to do it. Plus, there's other people who may want to talk to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I look forward to collaborating with anybody who would like to.
Thank you. Indira, go ahead.
Hi, Darlene, I really would like to know, because you mentioned about people who are on medication, hypertension or diabetes or this or that. Is there any way you can have a one-pager in your research, or that you have helped people, so there may be some references that we can connect those people who have been off the medication, what were their experiences, how long it took, something like that, kind of a internal group can help motivate people who are on medication?
Yeah, it's very individual, because depending on what medications people are on, everybody's, very individual. So depending on what their path is and what they need to learn in their lessons, and, because you got to mix the psycho-spiritual in with the physical. So everybody's healing path is different. And that's why I think we need, all the healers out there possible to help people get, these levels. So getting off, if you've been on a lot of medications for years and years, then we've got to fix the gut biome. We've got to, put the nutrition back, and then, and then the urine therapy can help with, restoring. I've seen in my preliminary research, I've seen huge amounts of regenerative, I've been analyzing the blood cells, and huge amount of regeneration in the urine therapy, especially aged. I've been getting people to inject it rectally with aged urine, And the regeneration that I'm seeing in their blood samples, I get so excited when I see, because you get in blood samples, you get all these holes, which are called lakes, and it's degenerative stress that's seen in the blood. And those lakes start to fill in with with the urine therapy. And it's so exciting because you're like, yes, yes, it's all this breakdown in the body is healing and restoring itself.
So then people who are afraid to give up their medication, what are the protocols that they can start doing so they don't have to give medication in the beginning stages?
Yeah, in the beginning stages, you can't give up your medication. Absolutely, you're right, because it will make them very sick. You have to first increase the nutrition. You have to get, the body back in line, spiritually and physically, and then we can start weaning off the medications.
So they can start like having enemas or foot soaks or skin rubbing.
Yeah, anybody could start doing that, but you might, depending on the degree of how sick they are, they might get too much of a detox reaction. So, the healing crisis, they have to do it as much as they can do it without having too much of a healing crisis. It's going to make them sicker.
Oh, thank you.
And this is what I've been helping people do. You got to heal a little bit at a time so it doesn't make you sicker in the process if somebody's been really broken down in what's going on with them.
So
okay, guys, we want to move over to.
Wait, so you do give counseling online or by phone, darling?
Yeah, absolutely.
So can we have that information?
Yep. So I'll put my email in the chat there, and my website is Vitality Expert.
Okay. You please write down and send it to us, through Brother Sage. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
We'll get all the information that everybody has to offer to everybody in this call and to all our viewers. We want to keep going and give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. Logan, unmute yourself. Let's hear who you are and your urine therapy journey.
Hi, so so I'm Logan. I'm 16. I live in Maryland on the East Coast of the United States, and I started drinking urine last July, and since I found out about it, it just felt like something was speaking to my heart. So then I just have continued with it. I've done urine fast before, and the longest I've done was 3 days, but for this new moon, I want to go longer. I'm not setting a goal. I just want to see how far I can go with it. But yeah, I'm just so happy that all of us are into this and able to share this with each other. I think it's very amazing.
Great, Logan. Great to have you on the call today. I know we're going to want to see a lot more from you and the things you're doing to help people with urine therapy. Let's move over to Gerald. Come on, brother. Let's hear you.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Gerald. Homies call me Jeezy. I got out of prison 10 years ago. Started urine therapy 7 years ago. When my brother told me about it, I made fun of him for 6 months before finally realizing that he was getting younger in front of my eyes. And so when I started it, I never looked back. The past 7 years, courage to come out of the closet, because a big part of me is like my image and what people think of me. I cared a lot about what people think of me for a long time. Finally getting to a place where I love people more than I care what they think about me, which empowers me to come out with the truth regardless of what it is, because we're talking about life and death here. So that being said, I'm getting more and more passionate as time passes. I'm starting to come up with different ways to wake people up about the urine. I've tried going head on and telling them that they've been lied to about everything and they're wrong about everything they think, and realize how well that works. And now I'm coming up with different ways, like educating people about alchemy, educating people about how the body heals itself if given the right conditions, and then slowly leading them to the truth about the conditions can be met by them with their own waters. So I'm glad to be here, just blessed to be a part of this journey with you guys. And just, I messaged like 7 years ago on Facebook to see what has grown in the last 7 years, to see the critical mass, to see the tipping point for myself and so many others has just been an honor. It's just been an amazing ride to be a part of. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Gerald. I'm excited because I have a unique perspective on this movement. I got my finger in all kinds of different countries and all kinds of speakers. So I get to see the movement move, like Gerald said, the tipping point. It's really right here. And with 30 million people in 50 countries doing urine therapy, we're at a great start. I'd like to hear from Rico. We're going to get over to Airbender, Leah, and David and Susie in just a minute. Rico, can you open your mic?
Yes, hello people, kings and queens, Kant Rising. My name is Rico, originally from Colombia, South America, Bogota. Currently living in the Netherlands, the deep cabal state of the world. Just as you all know, what got me into the urine therapy, like I'm a calisthenics athlete, traveling the whole world, getting some late bullshit injuries on my neck and on my knee. Went for searching on the internet, saw Monica Schultz, Brother Sage in the beginning, researched a lot of stuff, and then I started to try it by myself. And that was one of the stuff, it got me so hammed and hooked on everything, because this shit is really healing. This is really healing. So for everybody who is listening to this, regarding what their opinion is or ignorance or whatsoever, just try it for yourself for at least 21 days or for 10 days, yeah? If it was dirty, it comes out of the backyard, you know. In the front, everything is clean, you know. Everything is clean. It's distilled. It's got the best properties to renewal and reveal yourself. I had an injury on my neck, I had an injury on my ATL, a torn one. 3 months healing. The most thing that I do now is looping and aged urine. Like Harry also said, aged urine is like, yeah, I get some from 1 year old. I do it walking into a park or whatsoever. Yeah, it's really beneficial. I flush my teeth with it. I have no cavities, never had it, but my teeth is really getting wider than it was before, even without, maybe sometimes don't even brush my teeth for 2 days, you know? So once in 2 or 3 days you do it. One thing sure, people, get this message out. This proper nutrient is for life, is for abundance, is for prosperity, is for
Thank you.
Everything going in now, blessing. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rico. Some of people have actually dug deep enough down this rabbit hole to realize that you can go without worrying about hunger, food, thirst, when you really get an association and connection to your holy water, because it can handle all that. Moving right along. Honored to have Airbender in the house. Love to hear from you, brother. Take the microphone.
Hey guys, my name is Devon, aka the Black Airbender. I'm the pioneer of alchemy breathwork, which is a nasal breathing exercise which go really well with urine therapy in itself. Little do people know urine has nitric oxide, which also be produced with the nose as well. And I utilize urine in different client cases, like Elijah being here as well is one of them. And the breath work and the urine go really hand in hand together, because if you can dig deeper in the parasympathetic, which is what alchemy breathwork focuses on, the deeper the connection you have with whatever's going in your body during a urine fast or any type of urine detoxification. And it's a really powerful substance, utilizing, building up carbon in the body, the electric force in the body, which urine also has in itself, and mesh them together. Little do people know as well, there's many interesting experiments utilizing urine as an electrical power source. So that just goes to show you how powerful urine is in that sense of healing, and the breath work on top of it go really hand in hand together.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Lee, I've not heard you speak in a while, girl. Let's have it. Bring it on.
Thank you. Greetings. Hello, relations. Thank you for having me today. My name is Leah Sampson.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, hold on.
You're fine.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Everyone mute themselves, yeah? Lee and Niels. Hi, it's good to see you, man. But mute yourselves, yeah?
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
all
All right. Good. All right, I'll start again.
We don't even know.
I can hear Harry speaking. And
Lee
can you guys
Robert.
hear me talking?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Leah Sampson. I am a North American treaty status Indian in North America. We call it Turtle Island. You'll know it as Canada. I was 264 pounds in 2009 and very, very sick. I was on different medications that included Elavil, Prozac, amitriptyline, Zopiclone, and birth control pills. And I got so sick in 2011 that I crashed. And I was in my bathtub and I prayed to God for something that would help heal me. And I was given urine therapy. So I took Martha Christie's with allegedly known as Dave's assistance. I took Martha Christie's book entitled Your Own Perfect Medicine to my medical doctor. And I said, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I want to implement urine therapy. And my doctor agreed for me to drink a quarter to a half a cup a day for 30 days and then come back and do my blood work. So we did blood work before and after. I was diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm an Indigenous woman that has survived genocide and is surviving genocide, a cultural genocide right now. I was very sick, hypothyroidism, morbid obesity. I have asthma. I'm in a brace for kyphoscoliosis. So I got nailed, but I'm a survivor. So I told my doctor I wanted to try this. They agreed. My ESR, or level of inflammation, was at a 53 when I began, or before I began. And within 21 days, I had felt so good, like I had relubricated my insides, that I decided to do my blood work early. And on day 21, I went back and my ESR went from 53 to 18. So my doctor said, you know what? I would never have believed urine to have worked unless I saw it myself. So you can continue to drink and follow whatever protocols are in this book. You've got my support with it. So I went ahead and I've done that. I had first and second degree burns. Sorry, I'm over 3 minutes here. I had first and second degree burns to 15% of my body after a sweat lodge. Out of 6 people, I was the worst one burned. And I started drinking urine right away. When we were there, I poured it on the wounds. We went to the hospital and the doctors asked me what I was doing because the first degree burns had healed within the time span that I was in the emergency room. So I explained I was eating an alkaline diet. I had changed at this point. I had lost the weight. I was down to, the lowest I got was to 134 pounds. And then I found kind of an alchemy at about 150, 155, 60 max. So the burns healed. This was, I'm like, all of this was second degree burns. There's no scars. This was second degree burns. So it worked for that. My dentist has advised me that if I was, asked me what I was doing because my teeth were so white, my gums were so healthy. I said urine, and they said, well, you keep doing this, you're going to put me out of business. And I was like, I'm an Indian. What do you think I'm doing? So, of course, that's the agenda, is to reset the system and teach and learn by example.
Leah,
my eyesight.
We're going to have to move on.
My optometrist has also noted my improvement in my eyesight. So this really, I have it proof from a medical perspective and evidence as to the therapy that urine can do. Sorry, it's Brother Sage, you asked us about our experience with
yes,
urine. So I had to cover the doctor, the dentist, and the optometrist. So here you go. That's me. You can find me on all social media platforms as Standing White Buffalo and follow me day-to-day life on Snapchat. Thank you.
Thanks, Leah.
Thank you, Leah, very much. You guys keep an eye on this woman right here. I've seen her street dancing. She goes all out for life. She's not slowing down one bit. David, can you unmute? We're going to get to David, Jerome, Lee, Susie, and whoever else we missed. David, go ahead. Take a couple of minutes.
Greetings, family. I just have to take a deep breath real quick to just soak in everything that was just said and this whole group that we have here together. because it is truly like the Avengers squad of the new Earth that we've got in this call right here. And I've been like a huge fan of people that I may not have met before, but most people here I am familiar with. And like I've honestly been on this journey of just wanting to break free from the matrix and just get to the bottom of the truth of reality since I was really a kid. And especially when I was at the age of the other guy who's 15 years old in here, around that time in my life, I actually first discovered urine therapy too. And I'm just looking at him, I'm like, man, if I had started back then, where would I be today? Because I'm 20 right now. And I found about it from Master of Earth, and he had a video called The Dehydration Epidemic. And like back then, you know, I was brand new to this whole spiritual world, just breaking free and finding out the truth. And I didn't take it that far to even think that this would be something like as powerful as he was talking about back then. But then fast forward, like when I was 18, I met Harry through a YouTube video, and Harry Matadine, he just inspired me to get started myself after I saw how, you know, this wasn't a joke and it wasn't just this one guy talking about it, but it's a real thing. And ever since I took that first sip, it's been about 2 years, over a year, but not exactly 2 years, doing it just about every day. And well, I decided in the beginning of 2020 that I was going to let go of the paradigm of like going to college and getting a job in an office and all this kind of thing. And I was going to just set my life in the direction that I know would be the only one I would accept. So I moved to the South American jungle, into the Amazon rainforest, worked with a lot of the most powerful plant medicines, and, you know, just the permaculture lifestyle of getting food straight from the tree. And that combined with fasting and doing like ayahuasca, experimenting with aged urine and ayahuasca, was like an experience that I'm still integrating to this day. 4 months later, I just got back to the United States, and just like planning out the next place where I'm going to be. But I see communities like the last one I was at are going to be popping up more around the world, where people are doing this therapy, working together, and creating communities so we can, you know, take this movement to the next level, as everyone's been saying.
Great. Thank you, David. Before we get to Jerome, I just want to say that Christopher and Indira and myself and Therese and Doc Mike, we put together Shibambu organization. It is a nonprofit. For you guys in the United States think that you want to make a donation, we can do donations, but we set this up to not only spread the education and awareness of this incredible ancient self-healing practice, but to create an outreach program so that meetings and gatherings will take place off the internet in local areas, creating support groups. We did a test run here in Boulder. We had 8 to 10 people meeting at a downtown public library that allowed us to rent the room, promote it on their website, and to get it in the local paper. So we found out that you can interest the local people if you're willing to make it a priority for you. So guys, interact with myself or Christopher, or any of the guys with the Shibambu organization. But let's make a little bit of room here for Jerome. Let's hear a little about your journey, Jerome.
Hey, everyone. Hey there. Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, thank you for allowing me once again to be here in this space. This is so wonderful to be here with you all. Oh my goodness, you know, we're just getting more every time. It's just getting more powerful, you know? Oh my goodness. So there's so much to say, but I'll keep it, you know, condensed. And it's a wonderful time to be alive. And somebody told me, you know, it's a wonderful time to be aligned. And I really feel like we are in alignment right now. We are coming together. Brother Sage, the last meeting we had, you were talking about like, where do you think the movement is heading? And I really feel like it is just catching on. So many people all around the world have been reaching out from different countries and continents. They've been coming and saying, hey, I saw your video with this guy. You and Henry Hines are talking about urine therapy. Hey, I saw your video with this guy. So every time we speak about this, every time we put out this energy of love, you know, every time we talk about it and just shine our light, others see it, and we're finding all these other people, all these other lights that are all around the world, and they've been in this, you know, or they've been thinking about it, and you inspire them to do it. So you just never know who's watching. You never know how far the ripples will go. I've got people coming to me that seen me doing things from a year ago, and they were like, you know, I didn't follow you back then, but I just saw you on this video with this interview, and I had to follow you. I had to, you know, I had to ask you, what is your story? What are you doing? So just continue. You know, I'm just like telling everybody, just keep doing what you're doing, keep living your truth. The time is now, and everything is happening now. These are manifesting quicker than ever right now. So this is a wonderful time. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jerome. I was reminded that you are in the most perfect place and the most perfect time in our human history to be someone who is involved with urine therapy. Get ready, guys, because there are people who are desperate. They are tired of the medical establishment, which has been lying and selling propaganda for too long, and they're going to be looking for alternatives. And guess what? They're going to find you. So be prepared to bring your heart, your compassion, and all your teaching to these people, because not only is it going to save some lives, change some lives, but we're making a big difference every time we do this. Susie, are you there, or Janet? I see Janet's phone.
I am here. Hi. Hello, I'm Susie, and this is my baby Fern. And I first tried urine a little over 4 years ago when a friend told me, she just told me some basics, that you would get more vitamins and they would be more absorbable, and that it could cure rashes. And so one of my first experiences, besides just trying it, was I get poison oak rashes pretty bad. Usually they would last for about 6 weeks, and I had one coming on. I remembered, you know, my friend telling me, just put the urine on your skin. And so I put the urine on the rashes that were coming over both of my full legs. And within 3 days, the rash was healed. And I was like, yes, I don't have to deal with this poison oak rash. And then I didn't really stick with it too much, just because at the time that I had tried it, I was still having inorganic salts in my diet. So my urine was just disgusting. It was just not something I wanted to do on a daily basis. Recently, I got reintroduced to aged urine enemas from a friend, and she had fasted on urine for 9 days while backpacking. And this just amazed me, because I've been on and off of the path of going towards breatharian, just because that I would like to be able to adventure further in times when there's like not water in areas. And so the fact that she didn't have to carry any food or any water, and she was able to have high energy, was just amazing. I'm like, this is basically as breatharian as I need to be already. And anything that can lead me to optimizing my health further is amazing. So I'm really grateful to be connected to this movement, and to, you know, have started aging my urine recently and started drinking on a daily basis. And now I'm eating a mainly raw diet, so my urine tastes a lot better. So it's a lot easier to do. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, that tastes good. Like I want more after I'm drinking like half a jar of urine, because it actually tastes good. And now when I do go back to cook foods for like feeding my emotional pain body, it just gets me back in line really quick, because I'm like, my urine tastes bad again. And then I start thinking that if my urine is tasting bad, like I'm toxifying my blood. And so it reminds me to stay on my higher path. And so that's my journey right now. And I'm really grateful to be connected to all of you.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Susie. Love having you join us today. We're going to give 2 or 3 minutes to McLean, and then I'm going to read a protocol. Every time we do these, I want to introduce a new protocol. And if you guys are not familiar with the navel or belly button, urine belly button protocol, you're about to find out about it. So
hey,
McLean.
Sage, did we get somebody? Janet?
Well, Janet. Where is Janet? We got McLean just joined us. Where is Janet?
Janet, she's on an iPhone. There's no picture of her. Janet, are you there? You unmute yourself. Oh, there you are. Unmute yourself.
McLean, we'll get to you right after Janet.
1 second.
She's probably at the start, yeah.
Sorry, 1 second.
Nice to see your face.
Hi.
Faces are getting
Yes.
popular again instead of masks. Thank you for doing it.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Nice to be here.
glad you could join us.
So I have a lot to say about this topic. So that's probably why Mr. Jerome invited me on here.
I want you to take 3 minutes and give us a summation.
So I think like anything, you have to do it yourself. And so as soon as Jerome mentioned this amazing healing method to me, that it was the golden elixir of life and all of the benefits that it can do and all the things that it can heal, I am like all for natural healing, and I'm just on this healing journey, like anything to heal myself. So the same night I tried it, and I've just been doing it off and on ever since last year, like over a year now. And I do looping, and I use it aged topically, like every day, like all over my face and all over my body. And it's been a life-changing experience for me on so many levels. Like people have mentioned, I feel it cleaning my insides. Like I just feel it healing me on the inside. And I feel it bring more light into my being, which I've been focused on. I'm also on a breatharian chronic life, so I don't consume like solid food. I'm just mainly on liquids. And so it really just gives me that energy that I need sometimes, but I don't really need because I already have so much energy, but I just mainly use it for the healing benefits, I would say. But I had so many different experiences where I felt it like merge more of my being like together. Like I've had so many different experiences with it, not just on a physical level, but on a spiritual like level as well. And I just see how it's healing everyone. And so like you mentioned to Jerome, like people are going to be needing that healing because they're not going to be turning to the big pharma any longer, because they're waking up to see that it's, it's not working. So they're going to be turning to people like us who hold this information to guide them and to show them like how it's done. So thank you. And I look forward to hearing more. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much, Janet. I don't know if you guys, I'm going to get to you, McLean, just a minute. If you've been to health food stores in a while, you notice that the vitamins aren't selling. I noticed that they're well stocked in the vitamin section. I go through there just to see what's going on. I don't buy any of that stuff anymore, but it's interesting. It's almost like that's becoming a dinosaur, the health food stores, except for the organic produce. McLean, give us 3 minutes. Tell us your journey.
Okay. Well, I'm just so glad that everyone is here. People might know I started over 40 years ago and I was really on my own. And so it's so exciting to hear what everyone has to say and to have learned about taking aged urine internally, because that's not what I learned. And I'm really enjoying it. I drink every day. I have to stop at a certain time because I'm up all night. I'm up a lot at night anyway to pee, but it's like if I kept drinking. So I say, I save it, I collect it, and then have it in the morning or later. And I don't know, I'm just happy. I'm 72 and I feel healthy. I've been healthy. And I think I was just writing about, my parents lived long, and sometimes I think some of it's in the genes, but I'm just so happy to have this medicine. One of the things that I don't know that other people are dealing with, and I maybe mentioned it last time, but it's the vaccine, and that it's the first thing that people ask me about. And I'm thinking of taking, I'm not taking it, and I feel fine about that. And it's just interesting I'm just glad to have all of you out there knowing that you're doing the same thing I'm doing. So that's all.
Thank you. Did we miss anybody? Anybody has not introduced themselves? Wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to show you some of the things that we use for doing these protocols. If you already have them, then you're probably ahead of the game. All right, you know the drinking method and the nose method, right? Of course you do. We've already talked about the nebulizer. This is great. It'll cover the room for airborne pathogens. And it's a great way, instead of using essential oils, is to use urine therapy. Your room is not going to smell like pee, so don't worry about it. But what you might want to do is create some kind of a hood and go underneath with it and use it for either exfoliating your skin, snorting it up the nose, in the mouth, ears, wherever you can. That's the nebulizer. You guys know about the neti pot, right? We don't have to go into that. How about an ear syringe? This was from Kombucha Clark. And what you simply do is you're going to fill this with your shibambu and squirt it in your ear. If you squirt it in one way, it goes in. If you squirt it the other way, it cleans the canal out. But that's a couple of dollars over at the Walgreens. I found out if you go to the pharmacy, they give these away for free. They hold 10 cc's instead of having to pay. I went and I said, do you guys sell these ear syringes? She says, no, but you want one free? I said, fine. So this is for a quick shot. This is a little ear syringe. It's at your pharmacy. You guys know about the eye cups, right? Okay. This is a cool device called a bottle. And inside this bottle, what I like to do is keep aged urine. And wherever you go, thank you, he knows. Wherever you go, keep it in your backpack, keep it in your car, put it in your pocket. During the day, if you feel your brain is going slow and you need some more mental energy, take a full drop or full or more, watch it come back online. This is a lifesaver. Okay. This is from George Johnson. George Johnson came up with the goggle idea. Put in your urine and blink and hold this for 5 or 10 minutes. We love you, George, wherever you are. Have you ever heard of him? He also goes by the name We Love All. He came up with this one. You guys should be intimately involved with an enema bag. If you're not already doing enemas, this is a lifesaver. You got a migraine, guys? This will knock it out in 1 or 2 of these. If you got a migraine, because you got toxins being reabsorbed in the bloodstream, and you're also eating acidic food, you're going to get migraines. So you can knock that out. Keep these around at all times. Cotton balls. All right, you got cotton balls. You got a sunburn, you got a scratch, you got a bruise, you got a liver mark. These are awesome for a quick cut. Cotton balls. The backup for cotton balls are these things, whatever you call these things for women's makeup. You know what I'm talking about, Darlene? All right. These are all little things that you can use.
It's just a bigger, rounder pad. Mhm.
Yeah. This is an implant for adding 2 or 3 ounces up the rectum. If you want to do an implant and hold it for a while, that's what these are for. You can also use it
do
for
that
nerve.
with the syringe, your ear syringe. You could do that rectally and just keep that as your rectal syringe. And
Exactly. Exactly. What am I missing? What am I missing here?
Q-tip.
Okay. Put a little urine in your ears, clean out the gunk, add some extra urine. You can put this in anywhere, your eyes, wherever. Use your imagination. Most of the stuff I came up with, it's all your imagination. It's going to work. And we just had someone join the call. Who just joined the call? Oh, it's Annie. Quick, Annie, tell us who you are in a couple, 2 or 3 minutes in your urine therapy journey.
Morning, I just woke up. Urine therapy journey. I'm drinking it now from the bottle. I'm just from the now. I love it in the now. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Now, for you guys who are not already doing belly button soaks, how many of you are doing belly button soaks? Well, you will. Before I forget, foot soaks. This is a 2-gallon Tupperware bucket, or you can get a 1-gallon bucket like this. And if you got even man feet, you can put 2 man feet in there, or you can use 1 hand. But these, what I'll do is you put in about at least a quart, at least a gallon. If you can collect a gallon. If you're hardcore and you put your feet in, it might be a little shocking at first. You'll get used to it, or you can add some hot water and make it comfortable. It'll just won't be full strength. But foot soaks, the reason I'm always preaching foot soaks is because I'm a reflexologist by trade, and reflexologists know that the pores of the feet are the widest openings of the entire skin surface. So you want to get maximum absorption in the bloodstream. Get your guys doing foot soaks. All that magnesium, serotonin, melatonin, oxytocin, DHEA, B vitamins, magnesium is going to relax the nervous system, the adrenal glands, and affect all those points in the body. You guys still with me?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know it's going to be this long a class, but we're going to do this and we're going to wrap it up here. I want to read you about the belly button soap. There's a belly button, in case you forgot what your belly button looks like. I'm going to read this kind of quickly so you can get the gist of it. Hang in there. Perhaps you have thought, why would we put urine in and on the belly button? Our navel is an amazing gift that our Creator has given us. According to science, the first part that takes form after conception is the navel. After it is created, it joins the mother's placenta through the umbilical cord. By the way, this is in the manual for urine therapy teachers. Our navel is surely an amazing thing. All veins are connected to the navel, which makes it the focal point of our body. The pecholi, spelled P-E-C-H-O-T-I, the bit that is left over after the umbilicus has been cut at birth, is behind the navel, which has more than, listen to this, 72,000 veins going from your belly button throughout the bloodstream and through the body. The total amount of blood vessels we have in our body are equal to double the circumference of the earth. Well, it seems that in Ayurveda, the belly button is used as a portal to deliver nutrients or medicines into the body. Now we know that all humans have a belly button unless you were born with an umbilical hernia and have to have it surgically repaired, leaving you without the navel. But every animal, not every mammal has belly buttons. Kangaroos and platypuses are without a belly button, but dolphins are not. Belly buttons accumulate a lot of bugs, some 2,400 different species that have been found lurking in the navel, and everyone's belly button bugs are a different composition. So you want to get used to this because we're going to eliminate all kinds of stuff through the belly button. And if you need to get a better sleep at night, put it on a cotton ball and just leave it. Either put a wash towel on top of it or put something so it can slow drip into your belly at night. And by the way, Dr. Rajshak Malota gave me the idea.
Brother Sage, people are asking, where do they get the urine therapy teacher book?
Amazon or directly through me. I'll put the link in the description.
Go direct with Brother Sage, of course. Come on.
All right, guys, we're going to do this again on the 20th, and I've set it up with Zoom that we're good all the way through September. I got encouraged by Harry. Keep these guys going. So any last remarks from any one of you? Now's the time to do it. Any last remarks?
I was going to say, does anyone want to carry on do a Q&A and make it a little longer, like extend it half an hour? I don't know if everyone's up for that. I'm up for staying for a little bit longer. Since we're here, everyone's here. Like we can do Q&A. So everyone, yeah, just do. Bro Sage, you've got great questions normally. So ask us questions.
Okay. Do you have urine therapy protocols that you keep up every day? And which protocols do you know about, but for some reason you don't do them?
Very good question.
What are your favorite protocols of urine therapy other than drinking? Anybody want to take that?
Sure. Yeah, so my favorite lately has definitely been the one that I got from Tuche and Samuel Cohen. It's the drinking up the nose, the nasally. So that has definitely been my favorite go-to. So I've been doing that pretty consistently lately, like almost every couple hours. And it's just, boom, instantly back, So that would be my favorite. And the one that I just found out about, the eyes, you said you had something you held up, Brother Sage. It was an eye glass. I've never seen that before. The eye glass?
It's called an eye cup. It's made of glass. You can get it at any drugstore and possibly health food stores.
Wow. Okay.
Locally,
wow,
you can get it offline.
Thank you.
You could also use a shot glass too.
Anything that will hold it in the eye. If you put it over the eye and blink, say about 5 or 6 times, when you're done with that and you still have what's left over in the jar, switch eyes, do it on the opposite eye. And when you're done, I learned this from Dr. Rosalind Hanson. It just poured across the iris. and let it get inside the eye as best as you can. Jerome, are you still there?
Yes.
Tell us, how do you introduce nose drinking to people who have a gag reflex or have hesitancy because they have to introduce a new way to get it into the sinuses and then back of the throat? How do you get people to make that leap?
That's a very good question. I don't know that I would have the best answer. I just know the way that I started was just slowly kind of tipping it back with a glass and just kind of I used a wine glass, and I would do each nostril alternatively. And then I got to the point where I could do them both. And, they were really clearing the passages. But for gag reflex, I don't know, because when it goes up, it just kind of drips down into the throat and just kind of goes back down. So that's a good question you have there. Maybe somebody else has the answer.
Yeah, Darlene, go ahead.
Yeah, so to get people to get over the misconception of it being gross and unsterile, even if they started with a dropper and just put a couple drops in each eye, or a couple drops in the nose, or a couple drops in the mouth underneath the tongue, a couple drops will get them over the fear that it's going to hurt them somehow, and that or it tastes bad, or that something horrible is going to happen to them. And I put it in, I have a face oil that I made just from carrot seed oil and stuff. And then I also spray my aged urine in with that oil, and I put it on my face every day. And I used to have really bad rosacea, and my face is beautiful now. It's all smooth and clean, and so yeah.
Thank you. Eli, before I bring you on the line, Darlene, this will also not only introducing people to the drinking up the nose, but I found that the people have really strong resistance and they're fighting it. We start them on what's called a baby step. Right. And the first baby step is touch your pee. Don't drink it, just touch it. We want to create a new neural link, a new connection, a new association with the mind. And then we'll take them from touching it to licking the finger to a dropper full, and then up to an ounce.
Right. So it changes that neuroplasticity in the brain that, we've been conditioned to think it's gross and dirty and bad, and, it's going to make us sick, to that it's actually healing our own living healing cells.
Thank you. No Eli, problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was more shouting, raising my hands, and partying with Darlene because she is beautiful. But in terms of answering the question, for me, I think one of the two things that kind of stick out the most is, first of all, I used to not grow facial hair. Like not at all, and it was in a lot of different patches. And I'm 24, so like I should be growing facial hair, somewhat decently, and I couldn't. But the second I started applying urine about 6 months ago onto the face, especially matured urine, this beard is coming in. I just shaved the upper lip, so it looks smooth. But, this is coming in nice. And I think the practice that I don't do enough, and it's primarily because of what happened during my first Urine fast as a type 1 diabetic that lasted 6 days. And on the first 2 days, I almost died. And then the other remaining 4 days, I had the best readings, no lows, no highs for the first time in my life ever as a type 1 diabetic. But yeah, the one I should really be doing more is really the foot baths and the reflexology and really soaking the feet, because I've always been afraid of my feet. I've always had foot fungus and all that stuff. And as I've started working with the urine, some of the foot funguses leave, but it's going to require a lot more attention and focus to really cleanse all of that. And I'm buying a new house right now, so I'm getting out of my current situation. And then, man, we're going to turn that whole house into a whole urine party. Get ready, baby.
Great. We're going to all show up at your house. Have a heck of a time.
Yeah, I even spray it in with my hair oil and put it in my hair. Put my aged urine in my hair, and then my hair is beautiful. I had a gray streak here. I still have a little bit one that's starting to disappear. I had a stressful divorce about 8 years ago, and it's starting to disappear now. I'm 46 years old, and it's just been amazing healing me and helping me heal others. So I'm happy.
Well, good job. I don't know about VJ, but I represent the 60-year-old guys. I'm 66, and every time I put orange in my hair, it gets darker. I see silver once in a while, but seldom. So keep at it, guys. Somebody wants to make a comment. Gerald.
Yeah, so the one thing that worked out for me to getting people to entertain the idea of drinking through the nose was fully explaining the truth about the sinuses. We've been misled, like the sinus is a big hole with very sensitive organs in it that feed our brain, and that there's only like one liquid that's kind of like safe enough to go in there and clean the tissues without doing much damage. And after I gave a little lecture on Instagram Live and then went into demoing, and I showed how the first time I did it, I'm kind of coughing and retching as I get the first layer of mucus out. And then I take a couple breaths and say, all right, I'm going to do it again. And I go in, and then I finally get the sinus filled up in front of everybody. And then I shake it around just like Rosalind showed us in Las Vegas and blew my mind. She was the one who showed me the first, who walked me through my first sinus cleanse. So I jumped on Instagram Live and just did it in front of the audience. And then it sparked so much curiosity that people are like, what the heck are you doing? And what does that have to do with what you're talking about? And that kind of gets them to make the leap of like looking for themselves. One protocol that I've been doing a lot lately, and really it started because I was healing a cut on my head. I actually have a cut right here. You guys can see that healing very fast. But I've been doing facials. I've been doing like either paper towel or toilet paper strips. And just soaking them and just leaving them in my face and doing strips all over my face and just taking the dropper and continuing to keep it moist. And so keeping it moist, because the age dries out really fast, right? So when you keep the wet layer over your face, oh my goodness, it's like the best facial you can ever give yourself. It's like I wake up golden, you know? So that's something I've been practicing a lot more, just like, you know, just topical on skin. Something I have that I should be doing more often is urine fasting, because it's very powerful and I don't take advantage enough of that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. One of the things I noticed, Darlene, we'll get you just a second. One of the things I noticed is when I'm hungry, I'm always challenging that signal in my body. And I started noticing, since I eat mostly fruit and I got my diet really light on raw foods for many, many years, is that the sigmoid in the lower part of the bowel was going through contractions, but my mind interpreted as, or I had an emotional need for food, whatever it was, and I would give into that. And so now what I'm doing is eating 1 or 2 dates or a banana or drinking my urine, and the hunger goes away. It's not that big of a mystery.
Yeah, so I just wanted to play off what Gerald was saying about the mucus coming out of your nose. When you do it with a neti pot, the mucus really does come out of your sinus cavity. I've been vegan for over 10 years, and you can still get mucus out of that area from previous, years of, eating not clean, and it really comes out of those cavities. So if somebody's new to this, that's a great way to get that mucus out if they suffer with sinus problems, any eye, nose, ear issues.
Nose, ear, she's talking.
Thank you. And one of the suggestions from Samuel Cohen, if you guys are familiar with Samuel G. Cohen, he wrote the book and it's free, drinkingthroughthenose.com. He's got this ebook that he gives away for free. But his suggestion seems to work a lot for people, is right before you bring it up the nose, either you're going to use a glass or a snort or whatever it is, keep a mouthful in your mouth. And so that forces it to go in the right passageways before it goes to the back of your throat. And when I started using that, it was a lot easier to drink it through the nose.
Oh, something came up as well as Gerald was talking, and it reminded me of something I heard from Janet. Janet, do you remember you were talking about when you were putting it on your face, the exfoliation? What were you saying?
Yeah, so I manage a day spa for the past 9 years. And so I'm very familiar and educated with all the latest things people are doing with their skin, with skincare. And so this is all my clients are asking me, what are you doing, with your skin? And I have noticed, I've mentioned to you, Jerome, that it exfoliates. So it has really I've just gotten rid of all of my facial products, basically. I use it as a cleanser, a toner, and an exfoliator, and a moisturizer. It covers all the steps for your daily skincare routine all in one. And you have even better results, and it's free. And it's just I can't rave about it enough, but that's why I put it all over my whole body, because it exfoliates the skin. And then like you guys have mentioned, on the bottom of the feet is so important for the reflexology, because it connects to all of the organs. So not only drinking it internally, but putting it on the bottoms of the feet. I do that every morning. Every morning I spray aged urine and a few times and let it soak in before the day. And so that's where we absorb most of the light as well. And you know, we don't get our energy from food, we get it from light. And so putting the light directly where it absorbs the most on the bottoms of the feet, you know, it's a staple for me. Like y'all were asking about a daily thing that people do. That's a daily thing I do, is put it all over my face, and especially the bottoms of my feet. And like you mentioned, you can put it in your hair, you can put it all over your entire body, you know, and I feel like it cleans you, it exfoliates you, it hydrates you. It's like an all-in-one product, and you get the best benefits because it has like plasma, right? Like stem cells and all this good stuff that causes like cell reproduction. And so you're just like glowing. And yeah.
Thank you so much. I don't know if you caught an interview I did with Ma Deva of France about 2 years ago, but she says all the years that she's been doing urine therapy, she's never let city water touch her body. So she is bathing, showering with urine, and
Yeah.
she looks awesome.
I'm just
so,
yeah, because it's like, why put that water on my body when I already know what's in it and I don't agree with it? Like, and then you have, it's like, well, how do you clean yourself? But now we have this new way of cleaning ourselves. You know, we don't need it at all. We really don't. So it's something to consider, because if you avoid like fluoride and things like that, you know, coming into your body, of course the water is full of fluoride. So, you know, something to consider if you're also trying to avoid things like that. You know, I feel like this urine therapy is key to like solving so much of our ways of poisoning ourselves, like, you know, and then, yeah.
Thank you, Janet. Why do you think that a lot of the folks, particularly you guys on this call, see urine as a life changer, as a game changer? Because the people who have made it a lifestyle are never going to leave it, and they have a personal experience and a personal relationship with their water unlike anybody else.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think like one of the guys had mentioned, you know, since I've been born, I just didn't agree with any of the systems. I was like, what are we doing? Everyone's sick, everyone's unhappy, like everything we're doing is wrong. So it's a matter of like the new generation is able to see through all the illusions, you know, and see through everything that we're doing wrong and create a new way. And like you said, it's a lifestyle. This is not, you know, just a healing practice or like your diet is so much. It's like a whole lifestyle, a healing lifestyle that we're introducing to people who have been sick for so long, used to their lifestyles that have kept them sick. So here's a new lifestyle that just heals you, you know, and then the more you do it, like it becomes addicting because you just want to feel better and better, you know, and it's us that are doing it, being an example, that are going to be the ones to be able to help people. So everyone, like Jerome said, just keep on with it, you know, just keep on with it. Don't let anybody like tell you, you know, stray you away from it. Like you do it yourself. We see the benefits. And I mean, I don't even know all about it. I'm still learning more and more all the time, you know, of the benefits. So I just use it myself. And that's the best I can do, is be an example, you know, and learn from it.
Thank you, Janet. If you're serious about learning about urine therapy, you'll have to get some books on the subject. This one's from 1909. I got this from Indira. It's about the water cure. 1975. What is this one pronounced? Manavmutra. This one also came from.
Just to let you know, Brush, we can't see that. It's tough to see.
I know it's backwards. Is it backwards? Is it backwards?
No, it's okay. That's good. I can read it. Yes. Yeah. Boom.
You can order that in India, or we can put it on the.
This was my Bible, The Golden Fountain, by Cohen Vanderkroon out in Holland. This guy was on one of our first calls, David Phillips. He talks about 1 meal a day, looping, and urine therapy. Secrets of Youthing, Leonard Orr. He has a whole section on the Dhamma Tantra, and when Shiva tells Pavarti how to live a long, healthy life in a 9-year program doing urine therapy, how to achieve immortality. It's in the book. It comes directly from Shiva. And Yeah, and Harry's got several books on aged urine. Of course, I'm going to mention you. There's these books right here. I just want you guys to know I'm very excited because this book, which came out in 2018, is right now being translated into German, French, and Spanish. This is going to hopefully hit the market all at the same time because there's a lot of Spanish speakers who don't have access to books because it's not in their language.
That's true.
And then the last one is from Doc Mike Whitford. He's somebody we met who's been doing urine therapy for 20 years. He goes down to Ecuador and he heals people with urine therapy and all these natural cures. And he wrote this book called Sudden Cures They Don't Want You to Know About. Top of the list is urine therapy.
Is there any way we could get a list of those, or I guess just watch the replay and capture them then? Yes.
Thank you. Keeping my life simple very much. Harry, I want you to tell us why dogma doesn't apply to urine therapy.
Okay, I'll do it pretty quickly. Why dogma doesn't apply to urine therapy? Because we are all brainwashed to believe. Everyone here at one point in your life, probably most of your life, we're being honest, has somehow come to the conclusion, and we don't even know particularly where, because our parents and society has told us not only a white lie, but a fucking huge lie, because this lie prevents people from being healthy for free. So where did this come from? I mean, it goes deep. Like, think about swimming pools too. Like, I was telling my dad this a few days ago. This is a good one. Swimming pools, like, it's full of chlorine, and people don't mind that. But you notice the sign that says "Don't pee in the pool." And like, if you do pee in the pool, people think you're disgusting if you tell them. And if they see, you'll get kicked out for doing it. But actually, that's what makes the pool clean. And the chlorine is what fucks up your health. So like, everything in the world is upside down. And urine therapy is a great in for people to come in to start seeing that the fact that everything's upside down. It's an open journey, because when you start questioning, when you start experiencing the urine for yourself and the power of it, which you did for me, it removed my depression, energy straight away. That's the in for you to realize, oh my God, I've been lied to about this medicine, which is true. And then it opens you up to many others. But this one, man, is huge. And it's deliberate policy, by the way, guys. I'm sure most of you would agree with me, because there's no money in urine therapy. There never will be. And it goes beyond that. It's not even the fresh urine. The aged urine is even more powerful. Where did that come from? Like, I don't even know. I think it was created by God. The urine was our own medicine all the time. Perfect medicine. Look how many people have talked about the 1,000,001 ways to take urine into your system. And then it gets more powerful with age. Is that an accident? No, I don't think so. The Buddha talks about it, wrote in my books, and it's just huge. It's such an important in for people. And if anyone still disbelieves that's watching this, geez, man, don't even listen to anyone here. Go and do it for yourself and find out the truth, because anything we say is just a seed. You're going to have to get your own experiences. It woke me up. Everyone here has had that moment when they started. It's like, oh shit, yeah, this is power. This is energy. And that's all I wish for people, just to like kind of man up and try it for yourself. Like, don't baby step it, just go and do it. Put it on your skin or something, and you'll see the truth of what everyone has been saying. So yeah, peace out.
So in addition to what Harry said, the dogma, and Dara, you're gonna be next. What I mean by dogma is there is a difference between, when people ask all the time, should I drink the midstream? Should I drink the beginning? Should I drink the end? Is it okay to drink a woman's pee if I'm a man? Should I drink this and that and the other thing? These are all traditions and superstitions, as well as dogma. Urine, Shivambu, is an intuitive medicine. It will tell you when to drink it. It will tell you where to apply it. It'll tell you all kinds of things without having to rely on an outside source. And the reason it's a universal panacea, it is for a reason. I'll drink men's urine, women's urine, just to show them that it's a universal healing substance. It's not gender specific. It's not race specific. It's not age specific. It is Shivambu. Got it? Somebody want to add something? Eli.
So are you implying that we should, to prove a point to someone, we should tell them to pee in a cup and we should drink their own pee in front of them before they've ever drank it? Is that a good idea or no?
It's not right or wrong. It's an idea. And if you use it as a teaching aid, I drank one of my 26-year-old men's urine in front of a class at my house about 3 years ago. And he brought his little jar and he was drinking his urine. I said, is that what I think it is? He said, yeah, it is. I said, can I have some? And so I drank it, to his surprise, but everybody was watching. And not only was it an effective tool, but I discovered there's something about drinking youth juice. I don't know if there's anything to do that. I was drinking someone urine that was 20, 30 years younger than me. And I'm going, is there something to that? So it's not gender specific. If you can't pee and someone else can, use it.
I got a new market opening up.
Darlene.
I do believe that if somebody is really sick and their urine isn't, you know, drinkable, that, you know, or they can't get any pee out, you know what I mean, that they can drink somebody else's urine to help the flow start. But, you know, ideally your own urine is the best because you've got your own DNA in it. It's got all what you need. It's your own medicine. But drinking other people's won't hurt you at all. But, you know, but yours has your own stuff in it. Absolutely.
Indira?
Well, I think that my newest interest is how the changes have come in people's sexual vital fluid, because sexual vital fluid is given so much of interest in India, you know, but people don't know. So they are wasting it, they are using it up, and it has something to really connect with anti-aging, spirituality, and really kind of going to experience the Brahman, the pure space, absolute space, with consistent theoretical framework, practices, experience, and research. This is my latest. Thank you very much. So think about it. If you have any information, and I think that Harry is writing another book. Am I right, Harry?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Thanks to Matt, by the way. I'm going to shout out to Matt because Matt's brought me by synchronicity to Aged Urine, a trilogy, which is going to devote to the main mechanism of action, which is uber superstructured water, but also the aged urine, what is it, Matt? Nebulizers, which if you get a chance, Matt, quickly talk about the aged urine nebulizer for us.
Well, I think even that might relate to the superstructured water, but honestly, y'all know more than me. I'm just very interested in how aged urine could be uber superstructured water and how that transfers information. How the water quality itself is not compound, of course. We're talking about water structure, and that can hold information and be like the core of homeopathy too.
So I have a question for Harry. What motivated you to look into writing about this connection or something about
semen
conserving
retention?
Okay, I'll answer quickly. So what motivated me is the fact that there's a niche market. It's just not been written about in books. I mean, it's briefly touched upon in the theme of urine therapy, but because it's so big, and all of us here know that aged urine is 10 times more power than fresh. Fresh has its place. There was a market where I thought this needs to be out there. And like I said in the last video, the last time, just to reference, people are now buying my books, and same with Brother Sage will relate, from the aged urine. I don't even talk about fresh urine. And they're buying the book now that I don't even know and I will never meet. And that it's growing exponentially, and it's just a huge market. So what I'm saying to you, I'll put a shout out to anyone watching this, to you guys, the challenge. I think Tugay, you should talk next. You can talk about this, like the book. We need someone to step up to the plate here and write more books on aged urine, not just me, please. I mean, I love you guys all, but I would love someone to do it because you would get good sales, but it's not even about the money. It's about the information. People need your information, aged urine. It don't just come from me. That's why I've stepped out of the plate and doing 3. I'll probably write 4 or 5. But you guys need to. Like, I want someone to join me and write those aged urine books. Go aged urine, not fresh. Cool. Today, do you want to talk about your favorite way of taking aged urine? The question originally, and the one you don't do that you should.
We had a comment from David. David, did you want to add something real quick?
Yeah. Well, I think just based on what Harry was saying, that really brought to mind that I think. There should be more books written about what Leonard Orr was speaking about in his book and the Key to Everlasting Life, when he was saying that there's like immortal yogis in different parts of the world that you can go and visit, and like, of course they won't speak with anybody, but I think that like that when he mentioned that in the book, he said those were the ways that he was able to awaken the most people. By showing them like these immortal yogis when they can come out, and like I think that in the modern day, yeah, there's definitely still so many that are out there that like people can go and discover and explore, and like that's for me one of my biggest dreams, to be able to go out and find some of those like those real masters that are doing it. So like, you know, that's really the highest like way that we can really gain some of the greatest insights from people that are alive on this planet.
Yeah, thank you, David. By the way, there's at least 4 Facebook groups that are committed to physical immortality. So if you want to meet 100,000 immortals, Pauline out in New Zealand, Dr. Lloyd out in England, there are immortal masters that are walking this planet. And I've been talking more about the subject because until you clear the unconscious death stuff out of your mind and self-sabotage and self-hatred and all that out of your psyche, even urine's not going to save you. You got to get your mind and your belief systems up to speed so that the urine can be even more powerful.
So I have a question that I would like an opinion on. So I'm currently breastfeeding and I'm drinking my urine already, but I want to know people's opinion on fasting on urine while breastfeeding and what it would do to the composition of the milk that my baby was receiving, just in regards to the health, I mean, not the fat percentages, because when I think about it, I'm like, well, breatharians can do it, so it shouldn't be an issue, but I don't know. So I'm wanting some opinions on that because I am wanting to fast on my urine soon.
I think Eli's the king for fasting.
I've never had a baby before in my life, so I am not qualified to speak on this.
I think I could.
Darlene, please.
Yeah, I could speak on that. Is your baby under 6 months old?
He is 8 weeks, and I plan to breastfeed for at least 2 years.
Which is excellent. Keep up the good work. The only problem with fasting when he's under 6 months old is if there's any toxins in your body, it may come out in your breast milk.
Okay.
So you don't want to do anything extreme while he's under 6 months old because you don't want him to receive your toxins from you. But if you're doing it and you're feeling more energy and everything, you're not feeling any detox reactions, any headaches, any nausea, any skin rashes, any detox reactions, then go ahead. But if you're feeling any of that, then stop for a bit.
Okay. So if I'm not getting the detox reactions, then it won't be like the toxins an issue. Do you know anything personally on if the fat composition would change if you're not having fats in your diet?
Well, if you look at the Gerson Institute, Charlotte Gerson was huge on if women couldn't breastfeed, on feeding them carrot juice as a formula replacement instead of the nasty formula that's out there. Carrots don't have, they don't look like they have a lot of fat in it, but they have enough fat in them to sustain a baby from 2 weeks on instead of formula.
Wow. Okay.
In their whole juiced form, that's like, not GMO'd, but, real, farm carrots.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for that information.
No problem.
So Darlene, how about just giving the baby urine massages?
That would be excellent. You could even just, if you're using cloth diapers, you could just put their cloth diaper on them. Like if they had any rashes or eczema or anything, you could put the cloth diaper right on them.
Yeah, I actually do elimination communication. So he's already going pee in his own potty. So I'm actually collecting his urine to age already.
Excellent. Excellent. And that would be really, if you have his jars of urine, if anything happens to him, if he gets any cuts, if he gets, any burns, anything, then you'll already have a store of his own medicine.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, can you imagine?
God.
Wow. I was just thinking in my mind. Go ahead, Jerome.
Jerome, yeah, Tuche, you had something to add to this.
Please, Tuche, please.
So my favorite way to get the aged urine in is to do enemas. I always talk about this. I have this Colima board and a bucket that contains 5 gallons of liquid. So I collect my fresh urine and like every time I feel like I have the need, every week or 2 weeks, I do it, and it's like an internal shower, and that's what helped me me to get off my cooked food addiction in the past. If I just, go back to Turkey and eat the foods that I used to eat from my childhood that my mom makes, and I can't say no, and I have it once, and then the cooked food addiction goes on and on and on, I would just do one 5-gallon Colima board enema and the addiction would be gone. So it's really strong, powerful, efficient, and quickly gets rid of your addiction. It's like you take in 5 gallons of water in, it's like an internal shower. And I talked to Harry about this, and I think the reason why aged urine is so powerful is because it has high amounts of ammonia, and the body absorbs it much quicker. It's highly structured. It's like slimy, very it's like the 4th stage of water. So the body and the cells absorb it really quickly, and that's why it's much more efficient than the fresh one. And when you take it internally at high amounts of liters, then it works wonders. So that's one thing that I wanted to say. And also, I have a collection of PDFs and books on my G Drive. So if anyone is interested, I'll put my Instagram below. They can just text me, message me, and I'll be happy to share it. They're not books that are sold on Amazon, but some are also, but they're free. So I would be happy to share them with you all. And there was one more thing that I was keeping. So aged urine. My dad was very sick last year. He passed away, but at the time he was he used a medication, and he got allergic to it, and he couldn't breathe, and his brain died in 20 minutes. I think it's called brain hypoxia. So he was unconscious for 20 days. And during those 20 days, I kept giving him my own urine, my aged urine. I was in touch with Monica Schutt at the time, and she was guiding me, and I'm so thankful for her. And then after 20 days, his consciousness came back. And to me, that was like such a big proof that, aged urine is so powerful and so magical. I get goosebumps talking about this because my dad came back and he was able to look at us in the eye and say a few words. And well, his situation after that got a little bit worse because he got infected by something else. But it was so magical. So here's just another story of the aged urine's power. I just wanted to share that with you.
How old he was?
I'm sorry?
How old your dad was?
My dad was 64 years old.
Thank you.
Yes. So, yeah.
Thank you, Tuche. Now we want to have those. Now we've got it recorded because we did a live stream, but any testimonials that you'd want to post either on Shivambu Hut or any of the Facebook groups will help a whole lot of people. Do you guys know who Bunmi Samola is? Dr. Bunmi Samola out there in Nigeria. Some of you heard his story when he was 10 years old and he was very sick and they didn't know if he was going to make it. His mom fed him her urine and he recovered. And years later, he talks about his mother's urine was similar to breast milk, and it brought him back to life. And he had been totally devoted to urine therapy ever since.
Love Bunny. There was has anybody seen the video of him on YouTube where he's doing the nasal drinking with the cup?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
And he's saying, like that was one of the things that attracted me, his energy and his smile and, his electricity, like his joy, and drinking his water. He's like, it's you, your holy wine, your spiritual wine. It's you, beautiful, and he's like, oh my God. And the way he described it, I was like, I've never seen anybody do it quite like that. So it was powerful just to see the way that he was exclaiming, you know, and proclaiming love for something that was coming from him, you know, and not from anywhere externally. So, yeah. And I had a question for Tuche as well. Tuche, you still here?
Go for it.
I'm here.
Yeah, Tuche, you know, you're giving us like all these PDFs and these books on urine therapy. Had you not read them, how different would your journey be if you had not read any material on urine therapy?
Well, I guess I would maybe at the time when I first started 4 years ago, maybe I wouldn't have the courage to start because, you know, I had this I was brainwashed. I mean, thinking that it's something like a waste or dirty. So, but reading all the testimonials in the books and the science behind it, it gave me the courage to try it on my own. And then once I tried it the very first month, you know, having just 1 cup a day and having healed something that I was working on for 15 years, that was just the best proof to me. And then I never looked back. But yeah, I mean, I think reading testimonials, you know, other people's stories is really important because you can always find yourself in somebody else's story and then you can get inspired. So I think it's really motivating, you know, to read the books and hear about what others did and the methods that they used. You know, Armstrong's book is very powerful in terms of like fasting and applying it to your body every day. And I mean, so many books, each one has something to offer. So yeah, I think it's very important to check out them all. And you know, each one talks about a different aspect of the science too. You know, just listening to Devon today, I heard about the nitrogen, what is it called?
Nitric acid.
Yes, I didn't know about that. So yeah, we all have something to offer.
Can I just add to that question? Yes, so the books is what actually got me into it. This is why I decided to write a book and give back to people, because actually was Martha and Christy, your own Perfect Medicine. And it wasn't just that, it was the fact it had loads of reviews. It's got great reviews on it. If it had 1 review, I probably wouldn't have bought it. And where would I be now? So the fact that that book had so many great reviews and basically social proof to it, and then I read it and I was like, okay, done. So that's the importance and the power of everyone doing their own thing. Whether you guys do, as David does, Tugay does, in fact, nearly all of you do YouTube videos talking about in interviews, whether you do that, whether you do books, whether you do interviews on this, everyone's got a different angle. Everything has its purpose, and books are so powerful. And me and Jerome spoke about the power of books, man. Like they game changers.
So guys, the more you can study and learn about these testimonials, the more you're armed when people come up to you and say, hey, is this good for multiple sclerosis? Is it good for AIDS? Is it good for diabetes, this and that? And you can refer them to testimonials. However, let me remind you guys that we are not licensed medical physicians or practitioners. And to keep us from being in the crosshairs of the medical profession or the cabal, it's a good idea to say, I don't know about that, but I do know that when I drink my urine, I feel better. You can give third-party testimonials, you can give all kinds of testimonials, but please be careful not to make them think that you're a doctor, because that's not our world anyway. Any last comments before we close up our call today? Anybody want to throw in?
Okay. Something that Jay mentioned, you know, you were trying to heal something for 15 years. And then by just consuming yourself, you were able to heal that. Mm-hmm. And so that's the most beautiful thing. One of those most beautiful, right? Because we have a long list. But one of the amazing things about this is that we don't need anything outside of ourselves to heal ourselves. You know, the healing industry, people are looking for everything outside of themselves, for this different, like, you know, tincture and this different powder and this different detox package and kit and whatnot. But we don't need any of that. All we need is within ourselves. And so, you know, it's given me such freedom. You know, you don't need anything but yourself. And that's what else you can take from this.
Absolutely. I think it's really like, you know, urine therapy is freedom to me. It's freedom of all food, drinks, juices, tinctures, herbs, supplements, everything. I mean, it's all like you said, it's our energy, and everything we need is within us. We don't need anything externally. Seeing that I eat less and less every day, and I have more energy, and I'm exercising more than ever, is a big proof to me that, you know, all we need is within us, and maybe the only thing we need is actually air. But you know, it's a path, it's a journey.
Yes, there's something important that I think it was, I forget his name, that I think it was Matt that mentioned about water, you know, and so our urine is obviously a liquid. It's like water, it holds water. So everything that's like at that level, you can charge it and change it on a molecular level. And so like you said, all we need is the air, because there's water molecules in the air. You know,
air is water. Air is water in gas form. Air is distilled water. The rain falls, and then it evaporates. The particles stay in soil. It evaporates. The evaporated water is distilled water in gas form. By breathing, we're changing into water in our bodies. That's why some breatharians even gain weight.
Yeah,
on a breatharian path, because they're changing the gas in the air into water into their bodies. So yeah, I mean,
that happened to me last summer. I started like getting a little thicker, and I was like, how am I gaining, you know, keeping my thickness, gaining a little bit more thickness, but I was not consuming just like liquids or barely anything. So like somebody asked about the fat content being on like a breatharian path. You know, we shouldn't, maybe, I'm not to say you shouldn't, you know, but I don't look at those things, because I feel like my body, I believe and I know my body creates everything that it needs, as long as I'm getting like sunlight and air, you know, as long as you're just maintaining on getting that nourishment from the prana. You don't need to concern yourself with levels of vitamins and minerals and fat content and things like that. If you've already, it's all in the mind too, though. So as long as your mind knows and it understands that it's running off of prana, you're more in a pranic lifestyle, then you don't need to concern yourself with details, because you know that your body creates it all in its own. But if you're not really like convinced mentally and knowing that you're running off of that different form of energy off of prana, then I don't recommend it, because the body will follow the mind. And so if the mind isn't in complete knowing, not just heard it before, you know, and kind of want to believe it, you have to really know it and believe it for your body to follow, and for your body to not suffer from the consequences of switching your method of nourishment, of how you're getting your nourishment. But yeah, if you're already on that path, you know, you don't have anything to worry about. The body knows what it's doing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. I want to thank you all for coming to the call today. We're going to do this every 2 weeks.
Hey, Sage.
Yes, Christopher.
Did James check in?
No, he didn't. James, are you still there? James Porterfield?
Go ahead and unmute. That's it. Yeah.
David wanted to say.
I'm here. I'm
the
just
last
listening.
comment. David.
Yeah, if nobody else wants to speak.
Hold on. Let's let James just check in for a minute. Or
No, I'm listening in. I guess journey starting. I met Eli a few years ago, and been following him IG and learned about his new journey, and started following Harry, and just trying to expand my understanding. I am pouring it on my hair, but I haven't gotten much further than that. Like I said, I'm pushing boundaries. So, but I'm listening. So,
where are you from, James?
I'm in Surprise, Arizona, or Phoenix, specifically.
Yeah,
a larger city that everyone knows.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking.
Something that's important to mention, I know I've spoken a lot, but it's about the water. That's what I was getting to, is that it holds information. And so a lot of times we're putting things in our body, whether it be solids or liquids or anything, that it's not It's not us. And so it's foreign to our body, and it holds information that's foreign to our body, especially all these different bottled waters. You know, I don't encourage people to drink them because it's all programmed. All the water has been programmed. And so you're consuming that programming when you drink that water. So by consuming our own water, we're only consuming our own programming, our own information. And so I feel like coming off of like putting anything that's foreign, you know, not putting anything foreign in my body and only consuming myself, it's like we're not as distracted because we're not consuming that different information that might be like confusing our minds and our brains, you know. So that's so important, that the water holds information, and that it's
energy.
not foreign from ourselves. It's just our own self. So you become more of your own self by only consuming yourself, you know.
Thank you. Thank you. Hold on a minute, Matt. I got to go here in a second, but two things from what she just said. One is the body and the Shivambu stores information and energy of what perfect cells are all about. So whatever you can do with your diet, with your state of mind, with your spiritual practices, with your massage and enemas and physical nature, will really assist the body tremendously to do its job without you giving it extra work from the wrong food, bad attitudes, wrong relationships. I mean, there's a lot you can do to change everything if you will do that.
Oh yes, real quick. I think our own body's water amplifies the information that we get from a sip of this water. So we can get so much more substance or even chemical substance actually from the information of one sip, because our whole body starts singing with that information.
It's our aura and our energy expands. So our whole self and our whole being expands as, you know, light beings.
When you guys are solid as ever and your faith is at an all-time high with your water, you won't have to say much when people come up to you. They're going to go, my God, Matt, Harry, Darlene, Rico, Eli, Indira, what's going on with you? You look great. You feel very calm. I want to know what you're doing. And so you'll bring that confidence into the conversation, and that alone does a lot of the selling without you having to explain stuff. So I love you. Bless you all.
Thank you.
Send me your links. If you want links in the description, send me your links. It takes a couple hours for me to download this and upload it on YouTube. I've got to get my 3-mile walk today, so I will probably get to this later. And if anybody needs to reach me you know how to do it.
Yeah, and everyone here, invite people to this. We want to grow this to like quite big because this is really important. We want people to share stories, keep coming back, but invite people. Please invite people, because Brother Sage, you've done an amazing job, man. Like, well done for hosting this. It's really powerful. If it wasn't for you, none of us would be here. So thanks, man.
Yeah, we love you, Brother Sage. A question in terms of inviting people. Should we send them to Brother Sage? Should we send them a link? What's the easiest way for us as a community to help grow this?
We all get the links, isn't it? I mean, Bro Sage can give it out to us on the groups. You've all got the links, because whoever's invited you is giving out links, and it's 1212 with that link, and it's always the same time. Thank you, Bro Sage, for making it the same time. So, and bi-weekly Saturdays, 5:30 p.m. They can sit. They don't have to answer questions. They can just watch. They can learn. They can interact. It's all good.
That link has already been set up with Zoom to cover us. That same link will cover us through September of this year.
I love that. Wow, what legends everyone is here, man. Jesus.
And so if you decide to play this back sometime and do some screenshots, I've been using screenshots to help promote our work and the mission. There's some freaking awesome screenshots of 9 people drinking tea at the same time. So have fun with this, guys. I'll get you up the link. It'll be on YouTube. I'll get it out to everybody as soon as I can.
Hey, Sage.
Yes, Christopher.
I have a name suggestion for our group.
Yeah, what you got?
Yamaroli Avengers.
I love that. That's really cool. I saw that comment. That's really cool. And by the way, guys, if anyone's got a YouTube channel and they can take off Brother Sage, we can like really grow this. So if you want to start a YouTube channel and all this stuff to get the word out there, you can take this and use it for your platform. So there's many ways we can get the word out there. Brother Sage is doing amazing, man. We're all doing amazing here. This is really important. Really important.
Go team.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Avengers roll out.
Avengers rock. Aloha, guys.
Peace.